Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Damage Does D&D and Llamas, apparently. Just in case they're behind you.
Damage does llamas?
It is, well, some of us do. But we're not telling you which ones of us, okay? That's a secret for only damaged information. It's a need-to-know basis. Anyway, it's Tuesday. We're going to play some D&D. We're going to play, in fact, some pirate D&D. So, Pirate Master Jade, take it away.
So, last we left off, you had all been investigating the sulfur mines on the Isle of Menzena and run into an encounter with a face that Zarut, your captain, had seen before, one Ingrid Diamondbraid, seemingly Kai Shun's left-hand mage. She had been performing experiments down within the very bowels of the mines, and revealed to you, after being knocked out and questioned, that Kaishin had already left. He'd set sail for Skywatch to assault it and begin his plan, seemingly. Further interrogation revealed that Kaishin was in an alliance with two other figures, some cult leader and a name that seemed to ring familiar for at least one of you in Jonas Kingston. Then you rather exactingly took your toll of revenge and proceeded to then execute Ingrid. You made your ways out of the mine as the magic in the area seemed to fade as the resident wizard had been slain. You returned to the ship, informing that you wished them to all sail for Skywatch. You all attended to various duties, and the captain attended to Orkana as you guys sat down to rest through the evening. So, unless there's anything anyone wishes to do through the kind of the evening into the night, I'll say that you can complete a long rest. And Sarut, I will still count that as a long rest.
Oh, thank you.
Well, 10 minutes of attending and the rest of the night resting, you know.
I don't think it's particularly fair that commits war crimes, gets lucky, still gets a long rest. I mean, are these just captain perks happening or something?
What can I say? I'm just naturally
Pirates.
charismatic and gifted and lucky. If you can't be called lucky.
Yeah.
And also, she spent like the better part of a couple of months kind of like magically attached to you because of the nature of the soul stone, and I'm
That's
sure
true, yes. Totally not Stockholm syndrome or anything.
Hey, that's why I gave her space and she came to me.
Uh-huh.
Well, what did they do with all the 7 hours, 59 minutes and 29 seconds?
They snuggle.
So you resume your travel.
Possible.
Yes.
I would like to recharge my revolver some. If you know
Okay.
what. No,
Yeah.
my actual.
Really?
You could use a skill slot to put some rounds in your revolver, ready to fire.
Has
them
he been
into
firing
whoever
blanks?
Who's Big Cutlass and who's Little Cutlass?
I can't even blame Natalie this time. It wasn't her fault. It's entirely my own fault this time.
Yep.
Didn't
you
we
walked
have
us
some
into that
magic
one.
items and things from the last adventure?
You did. I believe that Quarantine still has hold of those.
My precious.
You may distribute them as you see fit. So, you awaken. Are you coming up onto deck, Captain?
I think we know what all kind of. Yes, I will leave my chambers.
Be very careful about how you phrase this.
It's not me!
We're all
It's not
just
me!
waiting for it.
Well, we already know that
Hey,
quarantine's come on
Kim!
all the decks.
Kim, save us! No, Kim will just make
Where
it
the
worse.
innuendo is peak.
Innuendo's peak. I love
Oh,
a peak
yeah.
innuendo.
I'm sure some people have been peeking at his innuendo.
Yeah, me.
There were certainly some peaks involved, if you know what I mean.
Twin Peaks, even.
You've been cheating on me.
He has.
Yeah.
I mean, I go away to a funeral in Swansea, and you cheat on me.
Didn't you want to
We
get
cheat
married?
on you with a dead elf.
Dead elf.
Yeah,
With a dead note.
She's not dead anymore.
she was dead,
Snape's
but now
resurrected
she's
her.
not.
That doesn't sound as good as you think it does.
He likes older women. She's about 1,000 years old.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm younger
technically.
than him, so I'm alright with that.
And they say I'm the horn dog, Kim.
Oh, hey, I believe in that.
Always for you, my darling.
Sorry, I'm just getting
That's fine.
knackered. Oh, he's not going to talk to me. See you later, guys.
See you later, Kim.
Thank you.
Bye.
Right, I'll have the daughter then. Back on duty.
Yeah.
Bye.
See ya.
Okay. Hopefully now that we
Back
are
on track.
no longer distracted, Captain, you are resuming your post as captain on board, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. You step up on deck, and I've definitely not just completely forgotten the name of this NPC at all. It's not something I do.
Of course not.
Nope.
Proshko.
No, it's not Proshka. I remembered it just as I've opened it. Alara kind of addresses you. Captain, we are roughly about 8 hours away from Skywatch.
Okay. Good. Well, let's make sure everybody's rested. This is going to be big.
Okay. And she kind of resumes kind of helming the ship for you. What are the rest of you doing?
Captain, you're awake.
Yes.
There are a couple of extra things I wanted to discuss with you. Nothing urgent. Just to do with the spoils of our adventure.
Okay. Is there anything that requires privacy?
I don't think so. We have going into inventory. We have this brazier, which will summon an elemental of sorts, but more powerful than a regular fire elemental, I believe.
Interesting. That
It-
could certainly be useful.
It lasts, well, it appears in our realm for about an hour, but the cost to summon it is 300 golds worth of rubies, so it's not something to be used all the time.
Okay. Do we have that many rubies on board?
Probably not at the moment, but it might be something we want to consider for emergency protection.
Okay. I think I'll keep hold of that as the well,
Of course.
as somebody who enjoys summoning.
We have multiple of these energized sulfur shards that we picked up in the mine that could be used. I'm assuming they're like grenade type things.
Actually, what I will say, an addendum, that brazier could be used with those shards as well. One of those shards for the summoning.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Just because of the nature
Instead
of
of the rubies.
brazier. Instead of the rubies, you can use those shards. They have to be the energized ones.
So, thinking about it, the energy produced by these shards might be sufficient to raise the creature in the brazier, and we have 5 of those shards.
Oh.
So they can either be used as a weapon themselves or as a proxy.
Yes. Okay.
So, for reference, this is the brazier of sulphurous coals.
Which
There's also a ring of acid resistance, which would have been very handy before we got in the mine, but... And the armour that she was wearing is also fairly good if anybody wears plate armour. Does anyone on board wear plate armour?
The only person I could think of would be Eyeless, I believe. I don't think Aldris has it. He's the only one that could, I believe.
Which might only be beneficial to Eyeless.
well,
We'll check through the rest of the crew.
brazier of sulphurous coals, did you say?
Yeah, brazier of sulphurous coals. Among the rest of the crew, only really Mysis would be able to wear such armor as well.
Well, see if anyone on the crew wants it. Check with Eyeless first, then see if Mysis wants it.
Of course.
If Eyeless doesn't, if not, put it in the storeroom to be sold.
We also have this immovable rod, the gauntlets of flaming fury, which will make anybody's melee attacks stronger and more deadly. And the wooden shard that turned me briefly into a cat. Oh, and a potion of water breathing, but doesn't seem to be concerned to half of the members of this crew anyway.
Well, see if anyone on the crew wants anything. I don't think there's anything that I want out of that, except perhaps the brazier. And I'll take one of those shards.
It's the shards are on there as well. They're energized sulfur shards.
I will note that the brazier would take a turn to set up and then a turn to activate.
Okay.
So have you taken a shard and the brazier?
I've got a single shard and the brazier.
Very well, Captain. I also will be speaking to Branwen and Orkana about seeing if we can cultivate some of these fruits, perhaps.
Yes. Very good.
I gathered a sample of the water from the area that they were found in case there's any special properties that we need to try and mimic.
Good thinking.
Not just a pretty face, Captain.
I know.
I will leave you to your duties and I will go and speak to Eyeless.
Perfect.
Captain.
Right. As Quarantine's wandering out, speak with Eyeless. Is anyone else doing anything?
Klein will just be at the bow of the ship again, just keeping an eye out and...
Make a perception check for me, please, Klein.
Start the night how we don't mean to go on. 9.
9. Okay. Good to
You hear
know.
funny music again.
I'll go and join Klein and have a brief conversation.
As you walk up, Balkan, Klein's trident seems to be rattling on his back, but he's not noticed.
Klein.
Hello, Bolton. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Your big fork is rattling.
Oh, right, yeah, my trident. Is it?
As you take hold of it, you
Oh,
hear
yeah.
the humming coming from it, and it just draws your arm pointing north, directly to where the ship is headed.
Well, definitely wants to go in this direction.
It's interesting. Are we still good pirates?
Good pirates. Well, I'm not entirely sure any pirates can be called good because we kind of loot and plunder, don't we?
Well, I don't really know where I fit in on this ship. Like, everyone's got their role. I mean, even you seem to do something.
Yeah, I mean, you are right. I kind of try and protect the group as much as I can. I'm quite big,
Look,
quite strong.
Um,
You are as well, though.
No, not really. And like, don't tell her this, but when I was back at home, my mother used to warn me about people like quarantine. She had a word for her. But she said, and I don't understand it really, because she said that she's one dimensional, which means like flat, and she's not flat, she's unflat.
Right. Yeah, I think I know where you're on about this, but quarantine, she is all right. She might be a little bit one-dimensional, not in regards to being flat though, but
She's a bit scary. And like, everyone has their little place that they do stuff, and like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
weren't you sent here though by the
Well, I
mother?
don't make a lot of decisions on my own. I just follow people. I'm not good at making decisions. I followed Eyeless,
Right.
and now I follow the captain. But he's made some interesting decisions.
Yeah, I don't think it's been the easiest time for any of us, but I can guarantee you're gonna be here. Remember when we first met?
No.
Oh, well, let me re-jog your memory. We first met and I had, like, this coin, what was split into different pieces, didn't I? And when we first met, you and Eyeless, they kind of melded together as if to say, right, these people should be here with us. So even though you might not know your reason yet, I'm sure it will come about.
Are you trying to be clever?
Trying to? Is it coming across like that?
Well, it's like a metaphor.
But I reckon you belong here though, Balkan. Otherwise you wouldn't be here, would you?
What should I do?
But like, as in now, or just like...
Yeah, because I don't. I think we've spoken enough now.
Well, I'm just keeping an eye out. We're obviously on our way to the island, and I'm just making sure there's nothing going to surprise us underneath or on top of the water.
How are you seeing underneath?
Well, I think the captain's still got that little device, hasn't he? What'll let him see.
I don't know.
But we can keep an eye on deck if one takes the front and one takes the back of the ship, just to make sure.
I don't know if I can keep up with the ship.
We'll stay on the ship.
I'm gonna go to have a lie down.
Righto.
Bye.
Bye, Balgan.
And I'll just lounge somewhere on the deck.
Okay.
I will walk up to Alara. Morning, Alara. I see you're handling the ship
morning.
beautifully as ever.
Yes.
I'll take over if you wish, and you can go and have a rest. I would
Certainly.
imagine that.
I could do with some meditation. Thank you.
Indeed. Nice talking to you. Okay. And I will take the wheel of the ship.
I think it's the most words that Alara has said to you.
Probably, yeah. Captain, are you on deck?
Yep.
Okay. Captain, are you sure we're going in the right direction?
Do you mean physically or otherwise?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, you see, because we were told by Queen Orala to root out the problem. And this does seem to
root out.
No, root out the problem. Sorry, poor choice of words, I apologise. Didn't realise you would get triggered by an approximation of your name. So, I think this is the way to do it, isn't it? We're going to stop the person that's attacking Orala.
Yes.
Is that correct? Fine, my brain understands correctly.
Yes,
Indeed.
absolutely.
Will we be torturing more people? I ask only for information. I am not judging you in any way.
No, I know you wouldn't, Aldris, but others do, including myself. That was not the right approach.
Right.
But when we find Kaishun, we will simply kill him.
Aye, Captain. So, once you point out this Kaishun fellow to me, I'm to kill him, yes? Is that what the plan is? Or would you like to kill him? I'll soften him up a bit.
I think I should not make the decision for it to be me. If somebody else has the opportunity, they should take it.
Roger that, Captain. Right, so I'll keep us on course. As long as Mr. Lack is up above, spotting for trouble, I'm sure we'll be fine.
But on that note, he's actually not.
Oh.
Where are you back?
I'm going to flit down. See, is it Bronwyn, the one who does the enchanting?
So Branwyn's the alchemist.
Who was it who did my weapon for me?
That would be Janine.
Janine, that's it. Yeah. So I'm going to go down and see Janine and see if she's got any way to do another crossbow for me.
Certainly. If you had gemstones for it, I certainly could.
I see. You don't have any here.
Unfortunately not.
Very well. Do you need a normal crossbow to modify, or do you just make it from scratch?
She kind of puffs herself up, proudly. I can carve anything out of gem. I would not need a crossbow to do so.
Very well. And I'll just leave.
Okay.
I'll go back up to the fly's nest and keep a lookout.
Okay. We'll get to that in a minute. Quarantine. You're going down to see Eyeless. I assume, Eyeless, you're at your usual spot, your little ritual circle in the bottom hold?
Yeah, very much so.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
No. Can I help you?
The armor that came off of, would you be interested in it? It's, plate. And it's magically enchanted.
So Iris will unstrap the thigh plate from his armor and hand it to her.
It
There's a
feels
reason.
like there's no weight to it.
There's a reason I wear this, because when I enter the water, I don't sink like a stone. If I'm wearing a full plate that's not, this was a gift. And I don't really want to part with it.
Understandable.
So
There's not many on board that wear this kind of armor, so I thought the first port of call would be to check with you.
It's appreciated, but there's a reason I have this type of plate. It's durable, but affords me enough freedom to move as easily as you do.
Of course.
And he'll strap
Sorry.
the thigh plate back in place.
I'm sorry to have bothered you.
No bother. I appreciate the thought. I would go and see. Who was the other cleric? Mysis. They might appreciate the extra protection.
That would be my next stop, yes.
Okay. You find Mysis kind of in a similar kind of like style to Eyeless, sat in prayer. Seems to be muttering in this kind of guttural language. They don't seem to notice you at first.
My sis?
Yes, dear.
How
might I help you?
Sorry if I've interrupted you.
Not at all.
We've come across some armor that might be of use to you.
Let me have a look.
Of course.
I kind of take it and look it over, and certainly, yes, that is better than the armor I carry. If you are willing to let me have it, then I would happily take it.
The captain said to find somebody who would find a use for it, and you seem to be the one who would.
Wonderful. Yep. And they take it and kind of start to replace their with it. So
May it help you in combat.
It's the +1 plate. Because it's... yeah. So I will sort out their AC in just a moment. What's plate's AC? 18, isn't it?
Yeah. But so it'd be 19 because it's +1.
Yeah. My sister now has an AC of 19. Okay, cool. So, as that exchange is going on, Black, whilst you're up in the fly's nest, could you give me a perception check for me, please?
So 16.
16. You're looking out, and it takes a little while, kind of looking north, that's the direction you're headed. You start to see masts on the horizon. Lots of them.
I'll message down to the captain. Captain, I see masts on the horizon. A lot of them.
Blades.
Sorry?
Blue blades.
Do I see any flags?
Not from this distance.
I cannot tell at the moment, Captain, but there are a lot of ships ahead.
This is going to be the moment at which I will remind you that you still have the Hero's Feast blessing that you received from Orala.
There's mysterious health pack on the ground just ahead of this corner. I wonder if I should take it.
Hero's Feast. What did that do?
We got a blessing from Orala, which was a bowl of golden apples.
Yes. That if you consumed, you would benefit from the Hero's Feast spell. You have not used it so far.
I will call for the officers to meet in my office.
Are you including Kent and Branwen in that list?
Just
Or
me.
Just
The
the
main
away
people.
team. The away team
The
officers.
away team.
Cool.
Red shirts.
Yeah.
The ones that aren't expendable.
So, once I've got everyone, these guys in the office. There's a lot of ships up ahead. We don't know where Kaishun is, whether he's on a ship or on Skywatch itself. Any bright ideas?
Is there any way we can message somebody on Skywatch to see if we can get more information?
Personally, I think there are too many ships there for us to deal with.
Yeah.
If we go
Did we-
straight in, we will be annihilated.
Did we take... I'm sure we did. Didn't we take flags and insignia from Blue Blade's ship while we were in their base? I don't remember if we
Possibly,
did. I think we did. But
Don't
I could be
know.
wrong. Captain, have we still got those flags and identifiers of the Blue Blades? We could run them up the flagpole and blend in.
That's certainly a possibility.
Or we could go in on the attack and just lay them all to waste.
Well, we'd get maybe a couple.
Well, yes, quite. So I suspect stealth might be a better option.
Yes.
Or subterfuge, at the very least.
There's a knock on the door.
Yes.
Captain, airship overhead.
Airship. Go out and have a look.
You go out and look, and you see this ship in the sky flying above you, these large metal wings kind of extending. It's Cog's wet dream. And you then see a couple of figures kind of drop from it. And they fly down and land on the deck of the Elusive Tide. You see this angelic figure. He's got this long blonde hair kind of behind him, these large wings, partially made of feathers, partially made from clockwork and metal. He kind of stands and looks.
You're hot,
Where's
but if
the-
you don't identify yourself, there will be trouble.
I am Comstella Andren.
Does that mean anything to any of us?
You can make a hearsay check, most likely.
I would have dropped down from the fly's nest instead of just be hovering behind him with a crossbow pointed at him.
11.
You see a couple of the other angels that landed with him kind of eyeing you. They're holding these strange... you've seen firearms before, but they seem very elaborate.
No. Is there any way to greet friends?
Is it?
And, well, you said of hearsay checks, so I've got 26.
26. You've heard of the Constellas. They're kind of the Arsamar equivalent, or the Bronzeborn Arsamar specifically, equivalent of ship captains.
Okay.
With the Arsamar city, Nevea, kind of resting above the sea, you would know that the Bronzeborn have to keep a kind of like tenuous agreement with the pirates, and Skywatch is part of that. So, to the immediate mind, you would assume that this figure is an ally and not an enemy.
Yeah, and what Eyeless said regarding is this any way to greet friends? There would have been a question in the word friends. And a slight cock to his head and a smile.
I am sure that you know. He's kind of looking through and kind of ends up eyeing on you, Zarut. With Skywatch is under attack, you wouldn't be headed this way if you weren't. We're conscripting every pirate in the region. I don't know who is attacking, but it is severe.
The Blue Blades.
She's right. They are organised crime group out of Tal Khazar, who have been expanding their operations considerably over a number of years to the point where they are openly challenging the pirate lords on the seas.
Indeed. We cannot allow this to stand. We will not work with any other than the pirates when it comes to criminals. You get the sense that he's not super a fan of having to work with pirates, but he'd rather work with you guys than with the Blue Blades.
Better the devil you know.
Exactly. At least the battle is underway. Many other have come to our aid. We hope that you would too.
That's where we're going.
We are here to.
When you say many others, is that the fleet that was anchored at Orala's tomb?
Most of those that survived, yes. And we believe that Orala has even sent her personal champion to join the fighting. An image of Ishmael
Bethsire? Oh,
enters your mind.
I say, is Bethsire on the loose?
Oh no, Betsire's defending the home ground.
We're there to try and root out the issue.
There's a route out.
There's a root out.
It's happening a lot today.
A man called Kaishun.
Didn't happen as much when I was called Phineas.
But unfortunately, the Blue Blades are only one prong of this fork. There are also a band of cultists and a renegade lord, well, someone who calls himself that, who are causing troubles as well. But one problem at a time.
Although the entire Blue Blades fleet is a problem, we are here specifically to cut off the head. If you catch my meaning, we are looking for their leader, Kaishun, a blue-skinned tiefling like me.
One was
I would
seen.
suspect he would be on the flagship. Have you identified that?
They rammed their first lot of their fleet directly into our harbour. One of them seen with a description as you give, shooting my kin from the sky. War Maiden of Skywatch engaged him. I do not know how that battle is going.
That should be our direction.
Would what he's just described with the War Maiden engaging Kaishun be reminiscent of what Klein described in his vision?
I'd say Klein make a history check.
Okay.
He did describe it to us, didn't he? So
It's only 14.
14. I'd say Klein doesn't jog any memories, but Eyeless, you do think there may be some purchase in that area. You might be onto something there, you're not sure.
Oh.
Have you Captain? Have you still got the warning device on the deck of the ship for anything underneath us?
I think so.
I must sail on and recruit more to the cause, but your aid in the fight will be appreciated.
Perhaps we'll see you after the battle.
I'm sure.
Oh dear.
Quite well.
Poor dog's coming
he,
out.
he takes off from the deck with the two other angels following him. And you watch as the ship sails off. You just catch the name, the Silver Lining, as it sails off through the sky.
I imagine it's a whole host of conscripted ships then, Captain. Not just the Blue Blades.
Yes. Yes, well, we should make haste and get there.
Are we going straight to where the dock would normally be, Captain? We're going to try and find another way.
We need to find the flagship.
Is the wind with us?
Wind is always with you. So, Aldous, you would estimate from the distance as you start to see these masts on the horizon that you are perhaps an hour or two away from the main battle in the Bay of Skywatch.
The ships that we can see are engaged in battle with each other, yes?
Yes.
Perfect. So if we were to try and circumvent the battle to come into the dock where we have been told that Kaishun is, we would be able to do that?
Possibly. You may need to maneuver the Elusive Tide well through the battle, but you could definitely reach that.
Captain, your orders? I mean, I can engage the first ship or take us somewhere different.
As we're talking about this, that question's asked, can I just see what my trident is doing? Is that pointing basically directly to...
Still pointing directly to Skywatch.
Yeah.
So Pilot will move into the middle deck, and he will purposely redraw the symbols, and to give us. He's basically going to try and give Aldrich and the crew all the advantage they can get, and begin an incredibly complex series of prayers to draw down the port of a lie.
Okay. Make a faith check, wisdom and proficiency. Aldris?
Captain, should we perhaps partake of the golden apples granted to us by Orala? We have about an hour to get to the dock.
There are 12 golden apples.
Now's the right time.
Does anybody else on the crew want one of these apples, Captain? Perhaps Kent, Proshka, Olara, as they will be in charge while we're gone.
Yes. Yes, the 7-8 of us should. So, yes. And then the 4 highest ranking crew members remaining. So, yes, Kent, Proshka, Alara, and...
Should we say the cleric on board, Captain? Moises?
Isis. Makes sense.
It takes an hour to eat those golden apples, because it turns out eating gold quite difficult. So that was Kent.
Must be bloody large.
Lara, Proshka, and Mysis. Kent would kind of take it. Are you planning on chasing Kaishun down into the docks?
That's the plan.
Okay. Do you wish us to go out and join the sea battle? Do what damage we can?
Try and stay close to the dock.
I understand.
But
we will keep the ship safe, at the very least.
if you can take a few shots, I'm not there to stop you.
I don't think I would be able to stop Proshka either.
Just on that as well, maybe on the 4 points where we had the undership connect to us, have people there on deck all the time so you can cut the rope so that it's hard for them to get up.
Kent kind of takes in your advice and kind of starts beginning to formulate a plan. You get a sense from him that he was a captain back in his day, so he knows what he's doing.
I would potentially as well. I mean, I'm assuming we can kind of walk, eat, and talk with these apples.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would definitely go down and find. Say his name was Barry, but I know it's not. Is it Barry?
It is Barry.
Oh, Barry. I have no idea.
Barry Twin Gear.
Barry
Gabby
Twin.
and Barry.
And
Klein?
hello, Barry. So in a while, look, we're going to be leaving the ship, not you.
Right.
Take the orders of what you need to. However, I'm going to let them know that you know how to unhook the underships, what we went into last time.
Yeah.
So if we do get snagged by one of them, you know, you can at least tell someone or go down with them to unhook it.
Definitely. Anything else, Klein?
No, if you just make sure, like, your little device is working still.
Seems to be.
I think the captain. It wasn't me this time either. I think the captain has put it up on the ship's wheels, so whoever's steering it can see.
Yeah.
Right.
He
Thanks,
seems
Barry.
genuinely kind of like nervous about the fact that you're potentially going into battle.
Kind of see that before I go and put a hand on his shoulder and be like, "You'll be fine. Don't worry."
For his entire shoulder, he's a gnome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Klein. Thank you. There was a different accent every time I spoke.
And then I'll head back up and obviously just let them know obviously that Barry knows how to do that, so on and so forth.
Alara has been informed.
Captain, we want to set up the brazier before we go.
We don't know where we're going to need it. I can, if there's a situation where we need it. Question that I should ask is, how big is this brazier? Because they kind of do.
It kind of folds up into like a 4 foot. It's kind of like a camping stool affair, where it can be kind of folded out and in. When you fold it out to its full extent, it takes up about 4 by 4 feet. They're practically an entire map square for combat purposes.
But folded up, it's
kind of like probably a little bit longer than 4 feet, probably about 5 foot long, with all of the limbs kind of set out. Probably be too heavy for Lack to carry, but not too much of a burden for the rest of you.
well, the summon, as I understand, lasts for an hour.
Yep, lasts for an hour from, and as long as it remains within 30 feet of the brazier.
So we can't spawn it on the ship and then take it like with us on an away mission.
Someone would have to be carrying the brazier lit in their arms for that to do that. And given the pure metal construction of it, that's going to be very hot. It kind of ideally needs to remain planted as it's burning.
I just thought if we have any intruders on board, it could help defend the ship.
Yes, we can. Let's leave it here then. Yeah. Yes, we'll set it up, and then I'll give.
I have 4 shards, Captain. I can pass one
Well,
to Kent.
Yes, I'll give. I took one to use with the brazier, so we'll leave my shard with the brazier, so Ken can activate it when needed.
Quick DM question.
Certainly.
The hero's feast gives us immunity to poison and being frightened, and wisdom saves with advantage. But we get a hit point maximum bonus as well, which is increased by 2d10. Do we roll that
Yes, I am
individually,
going
or
to-
do you want to roll it?
I am going to roll that
You're
for you
going to
because
roll
I am
that,
the
okay.
caster of the spell.
Okay.
Tell you what. I'm going to do it from Quarantine's sheet as I have her open.
So it's
Give us a
Quarantine's
full
fault.
Nasdaq. Full Nasdaq.
He's in quarantine. always.
13.
Not a full Nasdaq, but close.
Not full Nasdaq, but still very good.
Not bad at all. So all of your hit point maximums increase by that, and I wished I had read the immunity to fear on that, so I might have to change some things. Oh well, it'll be alright.
Just to let you know that my hit point maximum at the moment is 69. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Nice. Mine
That's it. Game over. We're done here.
What
Right,
else
there's
does
this-
the feast give us?
Immunity to poison damage.
My
Or
hit point
poison.
maximum has been 69 since we hit level 7.
Immunity to being frightened, James.
Yeah. Immunity
We have
to-
advantage.
Just posted it in the chat.
Oh,
So
Oh, right. Sorry.
just for
That's
some-
only the people that ate the apples, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah,
Which
so
is
that's
all of
13
us,
temporary
and-
hit points, which
No.
13 hit point maximum, which is different to the temporary hit points that Eyeless gives you.
Yeah.
They do stack.
max HP modifier, you do that one, don't you?
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. So it's the 8 of us plus Kent, Proshka,
Kent,
and
Proshka, Alara, and Mysis.
Cool.
Is that
Well.
immunity to the poison condition or poison damage?
I would say
yes.
both, yes.
Yeah.
Because you're cured of all diseases and poison and become immune to poison. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
you
would
don't take
assume that
poison
it's
damage
both.
and you don't get poisoned.
damage and such.
Set my hit points to 13.
I am now
Oops.
in triple digits for hit points.
On your sheet, Danny, if you actually click
No,
on
I've done it, yeah. Just, I have to add it to it rather than.
yeah, well, there's a max HP modifier at the bottom of the pop out.
Mm.
I thought it was 14, not 13.
13.
13.
I was
I
at
rolled it.
13.
I rolled it on your sheet.
Your
Because that was the one I had open. 4 plus 9. Okay. So, is there anything else anyone wishes to do before you arrive at the battle for Skywatch?
I will talk to Orkana and Branwen about the apples, but obviously it's not a major concern right now because of everything's going on, but we'll explain everything about it.
As you kind of take it down to Orkana, kind of nibbling on the apple, she seems intrigued and then sees the fruit. I assume they're the ones you're talking about, the special fruit, which I don't definitely remember what I called them.
The long rest fruit.
Long rest fruit. She looks at them as, are those nectar melon? Do you mind if I have a look?
By all means, I was bringing them to you.
She kind of looks at it. She seems completely amazed by it.
We have 2 left.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Picked 4 from.
These were
the
almost
island.
extinct when I was last alive.
Well, I was hoping that we could
They are.
maybe cultivate them.
I would relish the challenge. It would be difficult.
I
They can be
did
very
get-
specific about the water.
I did get a
that they grow
sample.
around. Ooh, that would be perfect.
and hand her the water skin that
Takes
I.
it. She kind of passes it to Branwyn, and Branwyn's kind of corks it and starts, kind of takes a little bit of it to start inspecting it.
So I'll hand 1 fruit to each of them.
Yes, we will.
Anything you can do with these would be most helpful.
We will figure out what we can. Yes. She seems genuinely stoked
But
at the
obviously,
challenge.
things are going to be getting very serious very soon. So,
Yes.
unfortunately, for now, this will have to go on the back burner. But
You see Branwen kind of like reach down and open a secured cabinet that she then kind of puts the fruit inside so that they won't be damaged in the coming battle.
you might want to put the water samples in there as well.
I already did that.
Of course you did, Branwen. You're...
Insert word here.
Yeah. I can't word today. Shh. Shh.
He kind of leans over to Orkana and says, "Ain't the first time I've left her speechless." So, is there anything else anyone wishes to do? Fine.
Yes. Not entirely sure if anything's going to happen, but I feel like something Klein would do. He would be at the bow of the ship again, and basically he's going to hold his trident in both hands, whilst keeping a straight face, Fiddy, as he describes this, and basically not pray as such, but close his eyes, put his forehead on the forks of it, and just see if there is any imagery from his dream, forewarned, whatever it was, vision, that sticks out to him, if he can remember any certain points of anything going on before, basically doing what he would normally do going into a battle, but using this.
As you're doing that, we're going to quickly jump back to Eyeless. I asked you to make a faith check. What did you get for that?
27.
27. Okay.
And anybody watching will basically just see all of the little different sized stones detached from the staff, and so just begin to orbit around him. And he's got the main large one above him.
As they do that, a small shaft of light comes down from the sky and hits the main moonstone and kind of spreads to the other ones, and they all kind of like whiz off away from you, taking positions and kind of embedding into the wood of the ship as this kind of like veil seems to shimmer over it. You have a light protection. The ship certainly does. Klein, make a faith check. I will let you choose between wisdom or charisma, and you can add your proficiency bonus to that as well.
I'll take wisdom for the
And
plus
you will
one.
be doing it at advantage.
Okay. That one's cocked. Okay, so +4 basically, 16.
16. You kind of like close your eyes and kind of go into thought. The cold metal of the trident prongs on your forehead, and you just match into that dream for a brief moment. You see yourself stood over this blue-skinned tiefling, ramming your trident into him and lifting it with this heart of gold resting upon one of the prongs. It kind of slides down and covers the gemstone socket at the base of that prong before you kind of brought out of the vision, with the trident drawing itself down back to point at Skywatch.
Yeah. Okay. So he'll be taking in everything, what he can see, like he would normally going into battle, and just weighing it up, and waiting for the opportunity.
Okay.
I just want to
So,
quick, Captain, just a little blessing from Morala, and I'll throw 5 gold pieces over the back of the ship and bring my hand down onto the captain's shoulder and cast Blessing of the Trickster. When we get within 5 minutes of us arriving,
So arriving at the dock or arriving at the battle? Because you're going to have to go through the ship battle to get to the main
Okay,
harbour.
how long from the ship battle to the dock?
That depends on how well you do.
I'll do it anyway, because I can do it as many times as I like. And give you Blessing of the Trickster, which is advantage on stealth checks for an hour.
Cool.
Okay. You feel this kind of like shimmering warmth kind of cross over you. At first there's a golden glow, but it dims to disappear. So, this is anything else. You are arriving at Skywatch. As you sail forth, you can begin to hear the sounds of cannon fire, the sounds of wood splintering and breaking. You hear ships colliding in the water. As you look around, you see tens, possibly 50 or 60 ships involved in this battle at least. You see Blue Blades flags, you see the flags of various other pirate factions from Bethsaia and Orala, even a couple of Al-Seer flags to the other flags you're unfamiliar with, that flag of Asarif, the Asarif dreadnought that you sold the weapons to. And you also spot, Eyeless in particular, you see two ships flying Eli's flag, the Wax and the Wane.
Yeah.
One
So
of them being repaired.
Eyeless would move to the very sort of fore of the ship, and he'd be up on the bowsprit, and you'll just see him sort of plant the staff with the main moonstone on, and just there's a beacon as they head in.
Okay. So, what we are going to do is we are going to enter into a skill challenge. I've done these before. I'd like you all to roll an initiative for me, please.
Sure.
Oh,
That'll
Actually,
go
that's
well.
not bad.
It always does.
So,
Blimey.
the way that these skill challenges work is that I'm going to describe something that is happening amongst the battle, and you guys, and in order, you're going to suggest a skill or ability or potentially a function of the ship, if you wish, to take charge of that to try and handle the situation. So, the only rules are that you can't repeat the same skill twice in the challenge. I doubt it would be a problem. There's a lot of you. And you may delay your turn and delay it to the next person in initiative, but you can only do that once and you'll be put to the bottom of the initiative for that round. Okay?
Okay.
So, I'm going to say that you need 8 successes before you get 4 failures for this. And what those failures mean will become apparent as we go. So, can I have the initiative, please? 20 to 25.
Oh dear.
21.
Vulcan up first. Anyone else? 20 to 25? No? Okay. 15 to 20.
17.
17.
17.
18.
So, Klein with 18. And was that Eyeless, Lack, and Quarantine all with 17? Okay, what are your dex scores for me?
Mine's +4.
Not the
11.
modifier, the score.
I've
11.
scored 19.
19, 11, and Quarantine?
12.
12. Okay, so that will be Lack with 17 plus. That will be Quarantine with 17 neutral, and that will be Eyeless with 17 minus. Okay. Anyone else in this bracket? 10 to 15.
14.
13.
14, 13. Okay, Aldris at 14 and Zarut at 13. And then
Just Gherkin.
just
Seven.
Kirkin was 7. Okay. Okay. So, I have no idea how well this is going to work. I am doing it ad lib.
Well, do we want to have a quick break before we start this?
Yes, that
Yeah?
would be fantastic.
That's
We'll
what
take a
do
quick
then.
break, and I
We will
will.
take a quick break, and we will be right back after these strange and bizarre messages urging you to buy things.
Bye. 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 Bye.
Welcome back. We are plunging into a skill challenge. Let's go, DM. Sorry, PM.
Okay.
Take it away.
So, as the elusive tide kind of enters into this battle, you see ships left and right battling, a couple of them starting to kind of turn as though they're heading towards you. Vulcan, roll a d12 for me, please.
Okay. 3.
3. Okay. So, oh, that's a fun one. So, as you're going, you hear cannon fire, and Vulcan, you see these shots land on the deck of the elusive tide. As they explode into flames, a fire begins to start on the deck. What are you going to do?
Drawing on what I've seen Eyeless do before, I'm going to try and shepherd people away and sort of set up like a triage area, like a sick bay, to handle casualties. Won't be as good as him, but I've seen him do it before. I'm going to try and take the initiative for this.
Okay, so you can take the initiative to try and handle the casualties whilst everybody else handles the fire. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not dealing with the fire.
Okay, I will say make a...
I'm hoping to do a medicine check.
Yeah, absolutely. Make a medicine check on this. That's the thing. Suggest the skills that you do wish to use for this.
7. It's not as good. 17 with a plus
17.
7.
I will count that as a success. So Vulcan quickly kind of shepherds, kind of learning from what Eyeless has done before, and kind of handles the wounded so that everybody else can immediately start handling the fire and get it extinguished. Very good.
Tagging everyone with the, the proper coloured bracelet. Maybe,
Sorry, we don't have any beds. Klein, you're up next. Roll a d12 for me, please.
D12. 5. Let me just double check that was a D12.
5.
Yes, it was.
Okay, this will be an interesting one for you to handle. So, Klein, as that is happening, you're kind of up the front, and you see one of the ships. Hang on, I had it in my notes earlier. Here we go. You see the Wax, an allied ship of Ally with the Tiefling Hope kind of like wrestling the wheel. It seems to be on a collision course with the front of the Elusive Tide. What are you going to do?
Cool, fucking hell. Okay, so using the skill of Climbsus, I would like to potentially bend this a little bit, and the only spell
Be imaginative.
I have is create or destroy water, and I cast it at a 2nd level, which means it is instantly doubled in its measure.
Okay.
And I would like to try and do it. I know it's not in an open container, but create water to one of the sides of the ship, of the bow of the ship, to push it out of our way, as in to help direct
Kind of
it.
help them turn. So
Yeah,
that
to
they're
help
not going
them
to collide.
turn.
Okay. So that'll be a spell casting check. So for you as Genasi, that'll be your Constitution plus your efficiency.
Okay.
Because I believe Genasi use Constitution as their spellcasting.
Being a barbarian, I really couldn't tell you.
And don't forget to mark the spell off as well.
I can't actually mark it off. I just get 1 use of it. I think it might be in my features and traits, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's a racial feature.
Call of the Waves or something like that. It's called.
I've gone medical green.
Medical green. Okay.
Green.
So I rolled quite low, so I'm going to use my inspiration for this.
Yeah, absolutely. I
I
won't count inspiration as your turn of assistance.
And re-roll. So that's a lot better. 24.
24. That is definitely a success. Do tell me if they are crits as well. That will count.
I rolled a 10 on the original plus 6 and 18.
So you kind of like instinctively kind of reach your hands out and cause this surge of water that kind of like pushes the wax to kind of like shift as it kind of rocks, and Hope kind of gives you a nod as she starts trying to wrestle the ship to sail off and engage some more enemies. Lack,
Cool.
a d12 for me, please.
8.
8. Yes. Okay. You see the ship. You kind of reach a calm spot of the battle. At least you think so, before you kind of look down and can see some roiling currents and a whirlpool starting to form ahead of the elusive tide. You would be on a collision course with it. What are you going to do?
I would message down to whoever's at the helm,
Alara?
Alara, and there's danger ahead, a whirlpool. You must steer whichever way, port or starboard, which is the best way to go.
Okay. So how are you going to be directing her? What skill are you going to use to try and direct her?
My speaking skill? I don't know.
Perception. Perception.
Perception, then. Okay.
Yeah, you can use perception. Roll a perception check then for me, please.
14.
14. Unfortunately, that is a failure. Missed it by 1.
Okay.
So you call it out, but kind of Alara's trying to concentrate on that and the fire around her, and the elusive tide kind of gets caught up in the swell and kind of slowed a little bit. You're still on course, but you suspect the elusive tide has taken a little bit of damage in that.
Okay.
Quarantine, D12 for me, please.
10.
10. Okay. So as you continue to sail, a couple of ballista shots go wide from a battle off to the right, and you see them hit the mainsail, and tear a hole in it as it begins to kind of droop and hang broken.
How far away is it?
How far away is the damage? It's probably a good 10-15 feet up the mainsail. You can see the rigging near it.
Can I climb up to it and cast mending to try and fix it?
Certainly. You can climb up. What? And you're using your spellcasting yet?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll say that you can use a you'll use a first level slot for this, just so that there's a little bit more power to the mending.
Okay.
And I'll say make a spellcasting ability check. So charisma plus your spellcasting modifier, your proficiency bonus rather. I can talking.
Do I still get the bonuses from the things that I would normally get bonuses from? My blood vial.
I'll say yes. And don't forget, folks, you can provide guidance or help actions as you see fit, as you wish,
As well as your action, or instead of.
as well as your action per turn. But you can
Oh,
only do
right.
it once until the turn rolls back around.
Oh, right, okay.
Why am I rolling so shit today? 13.
13. Fortunately, because these DCs are set by what you choose to do, that is a success, barely. So you kind of quickly hurry up and kind of grasp onto the rigging. It's very difficult to hold on, and you having to use some of your magic to keep yourself kind of suspended in the air as you cast the mending to repair the sails. Eyeless, a D12 for me.
10.
10. Choose between 1 or 2.
1.
1. Okay. So as you're kind of like concentrating on your aura, you hear a round of cannon fire off to the left. And it strikes the side of the ship and it kind of rocks. And you hear a voice calling out from below that the ship has taken damage and you're taking on water. A lot of water.
Okay. So I know that the client is our carpenter, so what I would like to do is use my racial feature of create water to put out the fire on the deck.
The fire has been handled.
Has it?
It has.
The fire that Balkan dealt with.
Oh, I thought he shepherded people away from it, not put it out.
He was shepherding them away from it, allowing the pit crew to be able to go in and handle it. Each of these are individual things that you guys are.
Right.
These are individual things that you guys are handling as the moment arises.
Oh, right. So they're not, if somebody doesn't handle something, obviously they've handled it in a different. Right. Okay, I'll go there. Right. So
I will.
I'm still going to do this anyway, and I'm going to combine this with my help action for Klein. Is I'm going to create the water, where I'm going to manipulate it in such a way that sort of washes him down the stairs to the lower decks.
Okay, so you're trying to hurry the repair crew down.
Basically, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Klein, you're needed below decks, and then sort of just
kind of wash him down below
Oido.
with a couple more.
Don't forget to cross your legs as well.
That'll be another spellcasting check then for me, please.
Okay. Oh, that's decent. That's 17 on the dice. So, 25.
25, okay, that is a success. You kind of like quickly acting on initiative, kind of cast the water down, and it adds to the flooding. But fortunately, you're able to get the carpenters down quick enough that they're able to start patching up the hole and dealing with the flooding. You see the twins, Vanna and Laurel, running out with buckets and kind of like chucking the water out as you go. Aldris, D12 for me, please.
Yeah. 5.
5. Up or down?
Down. Actually, no, up.
Down.
Up.
Okay. As you're kind of like stood off to the side, letting Alara take over at the helm, you suddenly spot, just barely on the level of the water, some shallow rocks that the ship is about to run aground on and take damage from.
Okay. I will. I'm going to try and intimidate Alara into trusting me. because I'm not going to be able to persuade her because she doesn't like me. She's repulsed by me. But I'm just going to go, Orala, you need to go to port now. My eyes will flare.
Make the intimidation check then for me, please.
Fingers crossed. 20, not natural.
20. That is a success. You're up to 5. So you kind of like do that, and she kind of like, instinctively kind of like moves
Pulls
away from you.
Yeah. That was what I was aiming
Turning
for.
the wheel.
It's like,
Turning the wheel enough that you just barely, you hear the slight scrape of the rock against the wood, but it's enough to get away with.
and as she sort of straightens up again, I'll just sort of grin at her. Good work.
She scowls at you and then returns to her work. Okay, Zarut.
You're
You are
muted,
muted.
Captain.
D12 is rolling. It's a 1.
Ah, a 1. Okay. So, as you're sailing, you see a ship flying Bethsire's colours up ahead, and it seems to be lagging in the water before, in a moment, it explodes in a fireball. And you instinctively look, and you see your crew kind of like start to panic. What do you do?
Oh, it's just the panic for the crew, not the issue with
The
the ship
explosion
and
is far enough away that it's not going to damage the ship, but you can probably tell like the twins and some of the more inexperienced members of the crew are going to.
Okay. I will use thaumaturgy to increase the volume of my voice so that all can hear.
Yeah.
And I will make some charismatic speech. This is the problem with playing characters with stats better than yourself.
Yeah, no, I understand that. So, what skill are you going to use?
Basically persuasion. I'm going to just try and focus everyone's mind on we've got a job to do. We just got to get through. We're doing great. Keep going.
Okay, make that persuasion check then for me, please.
Would I be correct in assuming that logistically, depending on what's happened in previous skills, say like if I wanted to cast
If
guidance,
you wanted to use your guidance, you could use your guidance. That is absolutely fine.
I only get one go of it anyway, and this seems as good a go as any to try and help the whole crew
I
out.
was
So
just about to cast guidance, but I will hold off.
Okay. All right. So you have guidance.
It would probably make more sense that I'm closer to Aldris than Klein at this moment.
If you're happy with that, Klein.
Just
Yep, save yours for another go, because I can do it. It's a cantrip. I can do it whenever I like.
Yeah, that's fine. That's cool.
So
okay, Aldris's extra
guide
action
you.
has been used. You have guidance, Captain.
So extra D4.
D4 comes up with a 3. The persuasion. Coming. 16, so 19 total.
19. That is success. You kind of like give out a rousing command, telling them that your crew is doing a fantastic job, and that the Blue Blades will not claim this ship. And they seem to kind of like give a cheer in appreciation and kind of like knuckle down and keep working, not letting the explosion affect their morale. Beautiful work. And Kirkin, a D12 for me, please. I apologise, you've not had much to do this session.
It's okay. That's the way it goes sometimes. That was a 6.
A 6. Left or right?
Left.
Left. Okay. Oh boy, that's a fun one. So as the crew is continuing, you're kind of like looking around, looking at the battle, and you hear creaking of wood above you, and you see an airship falling from the sky, and you suspect that it's about to land on top of the Elusive Tide.
Sure, I have a spell for this. Or the curtain is in fact that strong.
Well, we need a tactical science right now to redirect it.
Just
fire a rhino
just show
at
you
it.
get it. Sure, you can hit with a science rhino.
Yeah, a tactical science rhino.
Yes, we just need to blow up the asteroid with a nuclear bomb and create lots of irradiated smaller asteroids.
Yes, that'll
Yep.
work perfectly fine. I don't see what the problem is.
Mm.
Don't forget the PM did say
Don't
we bend
close
spells
my
potentially.
eyes. Yeah, you
We
can
do.
bend spells. You can confer with the party to kind of like figure out what you can do if you're not sure.
I will happily take suggestions because I'm a little lost for what I can do about an airship coming down on my head.
You landed on one of the bigger ones, I will admit.
Could summon something to pull it away, maybe?
Yeah, if you've got
Or-
vines or anything like that, what potentially?
Or a wind, or some sort of wind-based spell to sort of push it off course.
The problem, I have ice-based spells. I don't have any wind-based spells.
Could you create an ice sheet above our ship?
I will say that you probably have all the charges on your staff staves now at the moment.
Yeah, but like I do have my full spell list here.
Maybe summon some kind of bird to drag it away.
I mean, potentially you could potentially use
Sacrifice a flock of seagulls.
Yeah. You could
Stevens!
you could potentially use a charge on your staff to use
Just
the current
coming.
hold because it's kind of like a push spell
Mm.
to sort of push and alter the course potentially.
There's another spell on that staff that would probably be quite good at this.
Yeah, there is actually.
We can't help you with that because we don't have access to your staff.
Staff of Frost, if people wish to look at it to assist Gherkin.
Yeah.
Oh. Why wasn't that coming up on my list? Yeah, the wall of ice has someone already suggest just to guide it away.
Okay, make a spellcasting check for me. So wisdom plus your proficiency. +1 because I believe your Staff of Young Woodlands gives you that +1 bonus.
$19?
19.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. That is a success. So you bring out kind of like reach for the Staff of Frost and kind of like cast at the seawater kind of on the opposite side to where the ship is coming and just roar up this arc of ice that catches the airship and just glides it into the water, allowing it to float off without you taking any damage.
You made a big slide.
Yeah. So back to the top, Vulcan. Another D12 for me,
Oh,
please.
7.
7. Forward or back?
Back.
Back. Okay. So another ship, a blue blade ship, kind of comes close, and you see a couple of their brigands kind of land on the deck, preparing to attack. What do you do in response?
Hmm. We can just cast spells and stuff.
You can
I'd
cast
have-
spells, you can use class features, you can use whatever you want to use to try and handle the situation. Say.
I want to cast Moonbeam to try and blind them.
Try and blind them and kind
So
of like
disorientate them. Yeah.
disorientate them to. Okay. Make a spellcasting check then for me.
It's just a spell attack, yeah.
Yeah, spell attack. So,
Not good. 6 plus 9. 15.
15. That is just about a success. So, you kind of the brigands kind of land, and you kind of instinctively kind of like cast the spell, kind of like off of what you've seen Eyeless do, as it's moonbeam, it's moon magic. You kind of like the bright light just kind of disorientates them. You watch Proshka just kind of bash a couple of them off, ready to
Moonbeam's
deal
a
with them.
Constitution save, not a spell
Uh,
attack.
For the purposes of the skill challenge, I'm setting a DC and having you guys roll appropriate for them. So, and that is 8 successes. So well done. You have succeeded.
So have I left what I was doing beforehand then? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You finished. Right.
Yeah. This is basically the skill challenges are designed to kind of have like a chase sequence or a like any kind of like sequence where there's going to be lots of things happening all at once in like individual things rather than having set like encounters or puzzles. It's just like one thing suddenly at you kind of thing. I've had ones where we've been running through war zones or dealing with a cave flood or stuff like that. But very well done. I'll tell you the other 3 that could have happened after the session. So, you all...
Good work, everyone.
The Elusive Tide... Sorry?
I said good work, everyone. Improvising using your toolkit from a challenge that gets given to you like a second before you have to do it is not a shabby skill.
Yeah. It's a nice little technique. It's why I stole it. So DMs, feel free to steal that. I can get the proper write-up of that and send it to you at some point. So, I turn the page. The Elusive Tide manages to evade the rest of the battle. You see the Gold Heart, you see the Wax and the Wane, you see the ship with the Dragonborn on it that I forgot the name of. And you pull into the harbour, and you're given an opportunity to jump off the ship. You think it's the harbour, but then you realise there are loads of ships wrecked in this harbour to the point where you can see the dock a few hundred feet away from where you have kind of touched ground. You are on top of ships that are ruined, some that are beginning to sink, wreckage and small whirlpools filling the water here. And you can see, just in the distance, this winged figure taking shots in the air as they fly down and kind of like cross blades with a large blue tiefling.
Is he hot?
Far down the harbour. Yes. In fact, hang on.
Oh, we're getting a
Let
picture.
me...
Things the captain will not forgive you for, numbers 1 through 10.
I think if you slept with Kaishun, I think Zarut would never forgive you.
But if you did sleep with Kaiju, we could then kill you and hand you in for the bounty.
It's a bit of a distance, but that is the figure you see standing across the way. Obviously not.
No, I was talking about the winged figure.
Oh, the winged figure. Yeah, she looks quite good.
I call
Oh, it's a she,
bullshit
okay,
on that. I 100% you're on about Koshin.
No. I was thinking back to the guy who landed on our deck earlier.
I will say though, if you did want to sleep with him and just pull a full sort of Black Widow type thing and then just murder him afterwards, I'd be okay with that.
I vote we still kill her and hand her in for the bounty anyway.
Landed on your dick.
Where I am going to draw your attention to the roll 20. Just give me one moment. Come on, 20. Bing. So, you kind of arrive on the decks of these ships. You see Kaishun and presumably the War Maiden battling further down, and you see several blue blades already kind of turning to your attention. You see this one kind of dressed in fine regalia, this Arakoa with these dark red and blue feathers. It's kind of hanging in the air. She turns to see you and says, "Ah, Zarut, we thought you would be here. I can't wait to show Kaishun your head myself. And I'd like you all to roll initiative."
So all of those on the map are not our friends.
No. You can position yourselves anywhere within the golden box.
Mine is
Find out.
Oh, yeah, like that, yeah.
there.
To begin with, I need to turn order.
Here we go, killing again.
Oh boy, just love killing.
Love me some crombombulous.
We're definitely not going to talk this one out, yeah?
Oh god.
Don't
Still
think
no.
so, no.
Oh,
I
do you mean
think it's
Gordon?
unlikely.
Oh, I've just added all of you to the initiative again.
We're given the choice.
That's why that was such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, Roger is a bit weird with that.
It
when
kind of
you
like
go-
holds the initiative in place.
It doesn't look like there's anything there, but if you go and add stuff, it then refreshes, and it's
I
like,
think
oh,
that's-
last time you had all of these people on it. So we sort of all just end up on it twice. That's my testing.
Fair enough.
So what I am going to do... Oh, I'm missing... Why am I missing? Oh, there it is. Right. So I am going to... Okay. Ting, ting. Ting,
I'm just going to go grab a drink while we're doing this.
Yeah, feel free to go and grab drinks, get yourselves all sorted for this. And then, what's our initiative? Okay, so I'm going to start going through the initiative. I know that a couple of people might not be here. Quarantine,
8.
8. Rough. Eyeless,
Because I used my Vigilant Blessing for advantage, I actually got a natural 20 for 20.
Nice.
nice. That's pretty good. I'm of the opinion that healers would want to go first in initiative and not last. Back.
16.
16. Very nice. Okay. I've got Zarutz here. Ready at 16. Climb.
21.
21. Excellent. Where are you? Oh, you're already in there. Cool. Aldris.
11.
11. Cool. Lovely. And Vulcan.
6.
Oh,
6.
I always roll shit on initiative except for that last fight.
Yeah, for the skill challenge you were on form.
Well-
And Kirken.
17.
Nice.
17.
I'm lucky that I get
Very
advantage. I'll get
nice.
natural 20.
Yeah. Okay, and then we sort. Right. Layer action was last. Kirken, what is your dexterity score?
My. Sorry,
Your-
that's the bonus. Dexterity is actually 8.
8. Okay. So that's fine there. Oh, actually, I need to click that.
Oh, we only meant to see 5 things.
Yes, I've because there's so many creatures, I am consolidating turns a little
Yeah,
bit here.
we can't see ourselves either, though.
Yeah.
Really?
Correct.
Mhm.
Well, if you
I've just
look,
got 5 people.
yeah, we've got
Sake.
23.
Hang on,
and
be-
8.
Okay.
Around
Before you do
18,
anything,
17.
PM, if I just do a test and refresh roll 20.
I
to
already
see-
tried doing that. It didn't do
Oh.
anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Ah, there we go.
Mhm.
Yeah. Right. Vulcan got 6. Kirkin got 17. Hang on, let me delete the old versions of you. I'm still getting kind of the grips with this. Oh no, which Vulcan is real? What initiative does Vulcan currently have to you guys visible?
8.
8.
8. Okay, cool. So Vulcan
I
had
got
6. Kirkun got 17. Zarut got 16. Leave. Quarantine, you've put yours in. Lack,
16.
16. And Eyeless, you got 20, didn't you? Okay, are those initiatives all correct?
Yar.
Looks like it.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. So let's go back to going through it. So Kirkin goes there. Eyeless goes before that. There's actually another entry you can't see, but I'm keeping it there for my own reference. Lack and Zarut. I assume that Lack would be going first.
Presume so. 19.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna. Zarut there. Yeah, okay. And Quarantine, what's your dex score?
12.
12.
Plus one.
Okay, yeah, you go before them. Okay, that's the initiative sorted. Are we all here? The Captain and Aldris are not.
We've lost someone.
Aldris and the Captain aren't currently here on Discord.
They are Afak.
Are you all happy
No,
with
I
your
thought I
positioning?
heard the Discord disconnecting noise.
Yes.
No.
Are all of these people trying to kill us?
Yes.
They all look to be Blue Blades aligned.
Yeah, and before we start, can you just ping where you said that we saw
Kaishun?
Kaishun?
He was way off to the
Way
left
off
of
there.
this map.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to know the direction. Thank you.
He's up on the harbour. You up on the docks in the harbour. You're kind of like
Vacant.
just about here.
Yeah.
I would bring special attention to this fucking bit of the map. The bow of a ship. Took me the longest bit of the entirety of making this map.
Sorry, which bit?
And the worst bit is that all of the detail I did, the wreckage underneath is barely visible.
How it goes.
Yeah. Right, let's just... So, she is up in the air. Wonderful. Okay, so we're all here. We're all good to go.
Yep.
So, first up, it is the gunner's turn.
Ooh.
So, A, where is A? So A is the one that's very far away. Okay, so a couple of shots start ringing out as the battle begins. Does a 14 hit you, Klein?
No, it does not.
Okay. And does a 10 hit you, Balkan? You hear a couple of shots ring out from the crow's nest up here, but they either hit the deck or bounce off of your shell, Balkan. Not able to do anything. B. So this one is going to. Yep. That's a 13 to hit you, Klein.
No.
And a 13 to hit you, Aldris.
Hold on. I'm still trying to work out who's
You're
firing.
muted.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
No. Okay. Cool. And then the last one. Oh my god, that's a natural one. You hear kind of a slight bang come from over here, and this figure is going to back up a little bit, having to deal with a problem. Oh, come here.
Nice.
Where are we? Okay. Fine, you're up with Eyeless preparing.
Okay. So, I've just, I don't know what happened there. Roll 20 just went white for a second there. So, Klein is going to... What's he going to do? He's going to move... Fucking hell, he's right there, isn't he? Yeah, okay. So, sorry. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40. Get me there.
Okay.
He is going to rage. Okay, yep. And for the first time ever, I think, as he's there, you will see Klein use his hand mortar.
Ooh, fun. So I believe that one's got a range of 30 feet. Or
yes.
30, 60, I believe.
30, 60.
So who are you targeting with
so
that?
if I can get it, it will be, yeah, him there, 25.
Okay, roll the attack. You kind of load in this ball of explosives and fire it towards him.
Yeah, it's just something. So I can do something. It probably doesn't hit. That's only a 13. It's only a +1 with that for me.
13 hits.
Oh, bloody hell. Jesus Christ. Okay. So that is. Oh wow. That is 15 points of fire damage.
Blimey. So you fire this at the blue blade mercenary, who's kind of bringing out this like nasty looking sharpened hook, and it just explodes on his chest, and he kind of backs up, screaming from the flames ripping across his body. Looking rough after that.
Yeah. So I've never used this before. I'm just doing a.
You would need to, if you wanted to make a second attack with it, you'd need to reload it.
Yeah. So can I use my second attack action to reload it?
Oh, that's a question. I can never remember with these. I started using them in my Art of Flash and then stopped for story reasons. Okay. Let's have a look at it. So it is the hand mortar.
Yeah. Spend one attack or one action to reload. On the reload.
Yeah. So you can use your second attack to reload it. Don't forget to mark off your hand mortar shells.
No, they are in my inventory somewhere.
You have 20 in your inventory.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
Very
that
nice.
is my movement and everything. So yeah, that's me.
That's everything compliant. Eyeless, you're up with me preparing something.
Okay, so Eyeless is going to sort of begin to move after Klein, but he'll turn back. Captain, we need to stay together and ignore this chaff. We're here for a reason. And he'll begin to sort of follow after Klein, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to there. And as he does, you'll just see sort of him sort of roll the staff around him and begin to cast Sanctuary as his action.
Okay. So are you casting Sanctuary on yourself?
No, the Twilight Sanctuary, Channel Divinity.
Oh, Twilight Sanctuary, sorry. Yeah. Yes, I will mark that. quickly. It's 30-foot radius, I believe.
Yes. And
Okay.
as he's doing that, you'll also see sort of like a smaller sort of bubble of sort of silver energy in Shroud Islet as well, as he casts Sanctuary on himself with his bonus action.
Okay. You cast Sanctuary upon yourself. It's a Wisdom save to when attempting to attack.
Yes.
Okay. Is that everything from you, Eyeless?
That is everything for this turn, yes.
Okay. Could someone roll a d8 for me, please?
Captain.
Already?
Captain?
It's alright, I'm on it. 8.
Oh.
8. Okay. As you rolled it, Quarantine, you kind of look up and you see that the battle at the head of the docks has gone sour for the War Maiden. She's having to retreat, and you can see Kai Shun kind of repairing something. Okay. It is the opposing captain's turn. What is she going to do? Wait, where is she? Oh, they put the wrong initiative in. Dumbass. There we go. There we are. Right. What is she going to do? So she's got a flying speed of that. She's going to fly to there and kind of like pulls out this hand crossbow. She see Quarantine? She does. She's going to initially be pointing it at Eyeless and then kind of see Quarantine and turn her attention and fire at you. That's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. You take 5 points of piercing damage. And that is a 14 to hit.
No.
Okay. That will be her turn. She's kind of flying about 15 feet above the deck currently. Now it's the Mook's turn. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This guy's going to hop across to the ship, kind of wielding his wielding a hammer and a hook. He is going to attempt to hook you, Klein. That is a 21 to hit.
Well, would have been nice first.
I don't have witty banter for you, sorry. That's 7. Oh no, sorry, that's the wrong damage die.
Nope, you said 7. We'll take it.
Oh, so you'd rather take 7 than 5. Okay, cool.
No.
You take 5 points of piercing damage, and he has you grappled.
Is that already reduced?
No, that's not reduced, so that'd be 3. If you are you raging? Yeah, you're raging.
Yeah.
And you take damage, which is nice. So he has you grappled as well, as he kind of gets the hook into your flesh. Ow.
Okay.
Okay. Don't forget to put your markers and sort your health on your tokens on the thing for me. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gonna go there. And he's going to pull out one of his daggers and try and throw it at you, Eyeless, initially. He's going to make an attempt to make his wisdom save. I assume that a 6 does not beat your sanctuary wisdom save.
No, it does not.
Okay, so he's going to direct the attack to Klein instead to avoid losing it. Does a 13 hit you, Klein?
No, that misses.
Okay, the dagger goes wide and splashes into the water.
Just for confirmation, PM, does I take 3 damage from taking 5, or is it 2?
So yeah, it'd be 2. Sorry, I was operating on the 7 before. 15, 20, 25, 30. Action dash. 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 5. 30. This guy's going to also throw a dagger at you, Balkin.
I'm just going to put it out there just in case it matters. Any of the enemies that end their turn within the sanctuary, the sanctuary will attempt to end any charm effects on them.
Okay. That is a 13 to hit you, Balkin.
Misses.
Okay. Good to know. I should have one more. No, we're fine. Kirkin, you're up with lack preparing.
I'm attempting to be belligerent. Because, you know, Azila's suggestion that we all go the one way instead of dealing with the chaff, and the captain hasn't given any orders, but however. I can see the glare from here. Well, it's a distraction technique, at least, to, you know... Okay, that's really weird. The Roll20 on the stream hasn't updated for me.
No? What's up?
No, sorry, it's just the goons weren't in the position I thought they were.
You may wish to reload your Roll20 just if that's the case.
Yeah, Chaz's isn't the same as what it is. Oh, there we go. Oh, it just refreshed and did it.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's now matching my map.
Sorry, I had focus somewhere else. So.
No, that's okay. I'm just waiting for my map to reload so I can measure something. No, one button. Come on.
Should I be ready on the backup dancers page?
Yes, you should.
Okay.
Go ahead. It's time for everybody's favorite Science Rhino.
Science Rhino.
Excellent. Right. Okay. Science Rhino. You may place where you wish Science Rhino to be within the range of your conjure animals.
Because that was my original plan before my screen refreshed. To pop them over there and kind of go through me, bitches. Type of thing.
No, you can still have Science Rhino do some damage.
Exactly. Because if they decide not to go through them, you can always attack from behind, and that'll be delightful.
Okay. Roll initiative for Science Rhino, please.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
As I add them to the initiative tracker. I'm actually going to extend the initiative tracker just
that would be a 15 for Science Rhino.
If you
15 for Science Rhino.
Nice.
If he attacks from behind, is he Science Rhino?
Nice.
Okay. Just gonna. That was a good initiative for Science Rhino to get. Anything else from you, Kirkin? You are concentrating, I believe.
Sorry, yes, I should have put that on the character. I have no concentration on Science Rhino. I cannot actually
measuring.
That's me measuring. Sorry.
Oh no, there it is. I can't actually wild shape in the same turn, can I?
Unfortunately not, I believe. I think it's a moon druid thing to be able to bonus action wild shape.
Damn you, Dan, for confusing me.
I think that's Vulcan's purpose.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
I shall move up
confuse
to...
himself, really.
He is the wild shaping druid.
That's true. I should move up to there in preparation for my next turn. And that will be it for me.
Excellent. Zarut, you are up with lack preparing. You are muted and very far down your camera screen.
Yes. I'd have thought Lack would have been faster than me, given...
Yes. No, sorry. That has been reset. My bad.
There we go.
Uh,
Okay, I'll go,
teams
Captain.
above there.
Orders.
So I let you go first, James, and you still turn around to me and
I'm your loyal servant.
stay together. Go with Klein and Iris.
With Klein and Aylis. Okay, in which case I will go 10, 20, 30, 40, and then I'll shoot my hand crossbow at this guy.
Okay. Roll the attack. This is the one that's already kind of slightly burnt from the
16.
hand mortar. 16 hits. Roll your damage with your sneak attack.
So that's one of those plus 3 of those plus 1 of poison. Ooh, nice. That's 10, 15, 17, 23 points of piercing damage and 1 point of poison damage.
Okay, they are not long for this world. As they take the bolt and collapse onto the planks that they're stood on.
Okay, then I'll turn and point my second crossbow at this other guy. Hold on, that's 10, 25, yeah, that's fine. At this guy here. And
Okay.
I'll shoot him with my bonus
Roll the
action.
attack.
So 22 to hit.
That definitely hits. Roll your damage.
1 point of piercing damage.
Wow.
I really need a second crossbow.
Damage is damage. Okay.
Yeah, I go.
That's all from
Okay.
you. Zarut, you are up with Science Rhino preparing.
And I'm
The
about
cable is
20 feet in
splinter.
the air again as usual.
I'm gonna suit, and while I'm moving, I'm gonna just point the revolver at the flying person over there. That's purely visual because I'm just going to use it to fire 2 Eldritch blasts.
Okay. Roll the attack. Roll the attacks, rather. This is against the Arakawa. The Parakawa, if you will.
That's what I wrote in my notes. I put Parakoa.
The name is Polinia.
That's a 20 on the first. I'm going to roll my dice for this. Yeah, 20 on the first. On that
That
12 on the second.
12 does not hit.
Jesus. 1 on the dice, so 6 points of damage.
Damage is damage. They kind of knock a little bit in the air before kind of like righting themselves.
People say damage is damage, but it's only ever people who don't really care. Who want to see you fail. Anyway, that's all I got.
Okay. Science Rhino with Ultras
Science
prepared.
Rhino. Science Rhino is going to attack the person directly in front of them.
Okay.
Unfortunately, chances of punting them off the boat are low because they don't have a wind up to the attack.
Still,
But
rolling
that's
some
still a
Science Rhino.
25 from Science Rhino.
Whee!
That
Science
definitely
Rhino.
hits. Roll some damage for me, please.
Yeah, 10 damage.
Nice.
10 damage, that's respectable. A hefty chunk into them as I put the damage on the wrong creature. There we go. They kind of stagger back like, where did this rhino come from?
That'll be it for Science Rhino's turn then.
Okay, that's Science Rhino's turn. Aldrich, you're up with Quarantine preparing.
A captain, you say? Is it in the air or is it on the ground?
In the air, about 15 feet up.
All right, okay, maybe I won't then. I will. In that
I
case,
know you can't resist.
Can't resist a captain's skull.
I'm deliberately picking different races each time, just so you've got a nice variety.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Sorry, I appreciate that. Thank you. In which case, as I can't get to them, I will position myself between it and the captain, and I will say, "Stay close to me, Captain," and I will cast a spiritual blender.
Okay, that's 15-foot range, isn't it?
Yep.
There we go.
Okay, so lots of little tiny golden heads, golden skulls will surround me.
I'm going to post the portrait I used, the AI portrait for the Arakoa pirate.
That looked good in gold on my belt. Okay.
Bird skulls are really cool.
And
It's like being in a death-themed crystal maze.
yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so that's your action. Or just anything else you wish to do?
Just looking, sorry. No, that'll be it for now. Thank you.
Okay. Quarantine, you're up with me preparing.
Oh, I'm pissed. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Now's not the time to start drinking.
Like that is it, I say as I look at this pirate captain in the face and turn around and do a lightning bolt straight through.
Okay, so because of the angle that you're at with that pirate captain being 15 feet in the air, you're only really going to be able to hit them. You're not going to be able to hit the figure on the crow's nest.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay. I won't do that
No,
then.
don't
Sorry,
do that.
No, don't do that. That's bad.
You can do sort of that, but the single arm's not great.
Well, I will bowl a couple of chromatic orbs instead.
Okay. Targeting.
I will twin at the same two.
Okay. Roll your attacks.
So I'm going to do
One, the crow's nest does not get cover from there.
Let's go at third level.
Okay.
No, second level. And I'm going to twin it, so that's going to be one of those. Right, so at the captain first.
Okay.
23 to hit.
That definitely hits.
That's 19, because that one gets turned into a 2. So it's 19 points of lightning damage to the Arakoa.
They take a big hit and kind of start to kind of flag a little bit in the air. And against the Dwagar.
And then...
Should note, these Dwagar seem to have various bottles on their clothing. The 19 does hit, that seem to kind of, as they uncork them, kind of smoke or fizz, and they have these gas masks across their mouths.
14 points of lightning damage that time.
14 points of damage to the Dwagar. Okay, they seem to be looking quite rough as well.
And
anything else, Quarantine?
I don't know if it's close enough because I can. If it's something within 10 feet of me, I can zap it.
No, they're too high up for that, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, I will still use my what is it? My tempestuous magic to go.
Okay. So, that's your turn.
Yes.
So these guys. 25, 30, kind of stepping over their old ally to come and face you, Klein. What are they going to do? They're going to swing in for a couple of attacks with their sword. That's a 12 to hit.
That misses.
No, too far away. Okay, and the second attack. That's a 22 to hit. Slightly different.
Slightly different, and that hits.
Okay, they're two-handing it. Ooh, that's fun. Can you make a strength saving throw for me, please? As they. Oh, actually, no, don't worry about that.
No?
It helps if I read the entire ability.
Okay.
You take 8 points of slashing damage reduced to 4. So they swing in at you.
Cool.
Okay. What's this one going to do? Hey? They've got a science rhino.
He seems to have run away.
9, 10, 15, 20.
Attack of opportunity.
They're just kind of like skirting around the rhino at the moment.
Damn.
Yeah, they're going to attempt to dash to try and get away from the science rhino. Science rhino may make an attack of opportunity.
God,
So
yeah.
it gets to
Science
move
rhino.
onto the bridge.
Have it.
So essentially they're dashing into charge range.
Yeah.
Well, they're hoping that the wood will prevent science rhino from following them.
26 to hit anyway.
26 definitely hits. Roll the damage for me.
$11 points this time.
11. Oh, they take a heavy hit in the back as they move away, and they're gonna use the action to dash. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 as they kind of dash up to you, Kirken. But that takes their turn. Okay. These guys' turns. You see this one over here kind of like digging around in pockets before pulling out this vial that seems to glow with energy, and they chuck it onto the deck of the ship in front of them.
Sorry, which one?
And you watch. So, this one up here.
Yeah, up here's not helpful. Oh, right, okay. Sorry, the map's too big for me to get all on the one screen.
Yeah. And they're chucking it at this ship here.
Okay.
As you watch as it... Oh, for goodness sake. This keeps doing it to me. That one. As a blaze erupts on the deck of that boat. Burning away. And they are going to move 5, 10 and take some cover by the railing of the ship as that ship bursts into flames. Vulcan, you're up. Oh, sorry, no, hang on. I have one of these I forget constantly. Yeah, they're going to kind of like pick up another vial, but look down at Science Rhino and chuck it at them.
How fucking dare.
That's a 15 to hit Science Rhino.
Hits, unfortunately.
Right, Captain's orders.
The entire
Everyone stop what they're doing. Captain's
entire
orders.
party
Everyone
just-
stop what they're doing and get after that fuck.
Yeah.
Yes.
The entire party just
Okay.
turns and goes, fuck!
Yeah, the entire
Science Rhino takes 1 point of fire damage. And...
He's on fire.
Yes, is on fire.
Awesome.
There's a fire icon in here somewhere, I am sure.
Awesome.
The
The
captain
firing
basically
science rhino.
spotter.
Yeah, okay, burning.
Yeah. The captain's basically the spotter and points at that dwargard. The entire party just go do 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 do.
And then they're going to move there to try and take some cover behind the central pillar of the crow's nest they are in.
But because Science
Okay.
Rhino is a safe rhino, it's a it's a yellow flame, not a blue
It's
flame.
now Unfortunately, it's a smoky red flame. So,
Oh.
okay.
Uh,
So that's
I
their turn.
have-
Booking, you are now up.
2 questions. How big are these burly blokes in front of me?
Decent sized lads.
Okay.
Um,
Second question. How high is this floaty bitch?
About
Bird.
15 feet up.
Okay. Bonus action. Turn into an octopus.
Turn into the
Action.
octopus, yeah.
Grapple the one in front of me and try and lob it at the bird.
Nice.
Okay, excellent.
Ah, brilliant.
Fucking love that. Right, hang on. Copy. Copy. And there is Balkan. Right, position yourself. I'm going to put you down here for now. You may position yourself wherever you wish. You're about there.
So I just want to grab him and kind of like shot put him at the bird.
Okay, roll your attack at C to see. Well, no, roll your attack against the guy to see how it's going to go. I forget you.
Just my tentacle attack? Yeah.
Yeah, your tentacle attack.
Natural 20.
Yes.
Okay. This
That's
is
it.
For
useful.
25.
Who
Come on,
did we
PM.
lose?
Start rolling
Who did
with
we
fire.
lose?
Who did we lose there? James.
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 So natural 20
Um,
definitely hits. So first of all, roll the damage
He's
for
back.
the guy you are grabbing.
Okay, 2d6 double then. So it's 7, 14.
Not entirely sure what happened then. Discord just crashed.
17
Welcome
points of bludgeoning.
17 points of bludgeoning. Okay.
Bulky.
So next up, I would like you to roll, because they're a medium creature, roll me 1d8 plus... Roll me 1d8 plus 2 for me. And double the d8.
Well, I rolled a 7, so that's 14 plus 2, you said 16.
Yeah, 16. Okay. So you fling the guy at the captain. He collides with the captain, kind of impaling on her sword and dropping to the floor dead behind her. And
Nice.
she kind of takes a knock and takes a heavy hit from him impacting her. She kind of looks down at you, concerned. She's badly injured now.
Cool. And then
That
I'm
was
going to use
a
my
useful
movement to
move.
go right up into this other goon's grill and just how the octopus has got a huge smile on his face, like menacing, like reload time. That's me.
Excellent. Oh, you've got 2 shots there near you. Okay, back to the gunners. This one is going to...
Can I? It's like it's 10 o'clock, and if we do another round, it's going to be nearly 11 by the time. We
Yep,
finish.
you want me to...
So
you want to pause there?
I'm
I am
exhausted.
naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is,
That's absolutely fine.
Late.
We will pause at the top of the round.
Cool. Oh, that was really good fun. See, the only problem with having a bigger group is the initiative and stuff takes a while to set up. But once we get into it, it's really good fun, and I especially like this skill challenge one as well.
Yes.
So, yes, we will be back here. When will we be back here? We'll be back here on next Tuesday, I believe, for the resumption of this battle, because we're taking a little break for the Easter Sunday because we have people out doing things. So no investigators this Sunday, but we'll be back the Sunday after. So, as ever, thank you everybody for playing. Thank you, Jade, for DMing, or sorry, PMing. I always get that wrong. We hope you enjoyed it. We certainly did. If you did enjoy it, we love you. You're fantastic. You're one of the best persons on this planet, if not the solar system. And we could go on. But if you didn't like it, well, you know what to do. Off you fuck.